When we started Africa Comicade, it came up with the idea of creating a platform for stakeholders across the continent to come together. So that's where the word Africa comes in. There is the gaming audience, and that is the biggest opportunity out there for everyone. There is now people who are really passionate about the sectors. They are called gamers. There are gaming events out there in the world. That was what was missing. That was what I looked around. I was like, okay, instead of keeping on building games, how about I focus on the business side? It's a big market. You know how investors and stakeholders are towards creative, and the chances of success, it's high risk, high reward. Anyone looking to start a career in the industry, Africa Comicade is that place where you go to get your skills or even go to find information and gain clarity.
Hello, my people. Welcome to another fantastic day, and it's the MTN Career Series. You know how we do it every day. We bring you change makers. We bring you people that continue to change the narrative and make Africa proud. And today is no difference. I have a very strong personality in the house with me. Now, when we talk about the gaming sector, over 6 years he has been in the sector. He has been changing things in the sector and just making it a better place. Now, he is the founder of Africa Comicade, and they've been doing remarkable things. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to dive into tech and games. So if you like games, this is where you should be. I have the one and only. Let's go. Drum rolls. Oscar Michael. Welcome to MTN Career Series. High five. How are you doing?
Fine.
Well, I read about you and you have quite an intriguing story. And what you do is no joke, building games. That's not even a joke. And I also know you work for TikTok at some point and all. But I want to start with career choice. Like, did you always know you wanted to go into tech? Because for me, I'm saying you look like, let me be a doctor or a lawyer.
Really?
So when did you know it was tech for you?
Well, I think from a very young age, to be candid. I was opportune to have access to technology at a very young age. I think by 10, 15 back then, I already had this mini laptop and it was a gift. And I also got exposed to having phones very early. So I love games, I love cartoons, animations, comics. I had comic books as well growing up, Marvel, DC, Archie comics. And so right after school, whilst even in school, I always knew that this is the field because nothing else made sense to me.
Okay. Well, did your parents always, what did you read in school?
Computer science.
Oh, computer science. But did your parents, did they want you to do something else? Did they have in mind something they wanted for you?
Not really. I was also opportune in that respect to have parents who were like, whatever you want to do,
go ahead for it. Okay, shout out to your parents. But how did the whole gaming thing start for you? I know you grew up, your parents didn't put pressure on you to, be a particular person. You just fell into space and you were, what you want to be, what you were ordained to be. So tell me, how did the whole gaming thing start for you in the first place?
Yeah, so originally I wanted to mainly focus on tech. I was on the pathway to becoming a cybersecurity expert.
Okay.
So back then, way back as I think 2009, New Horizon was the biggest training center out there, and I was already learning my CompTIA A+, CompTIA N+, going for Security Plus back then. But then I went for an internship at an organization called Center for Tech. And that's when, for the first time in my life, I saw people building games. And I was like, what? This is possible?
This is
yeah. You mean I can do this? I can actually build my own games, right? I can create comics. I can create cartoons for people to watch. And that's how everything changed. So I completely pivoted from going into that security place. It was kind of boring, right? Sitting down on the computer every time. But this was much more an immersive experience. It's something you grew up watching. It's something you grew up admiring. And now you're given the ability to create. Yeah.
Amazing. Beautiful. But I cannot talk about, what you founded without talking about TikTok. Because I know at some point you did something with TikTok. Take me through the experience. How was it like? And what were you doing for TikTok at that point?
Yeah, so basically gaming once more. So I was gaming partnership leads for Sub-Saharan Africa at TikTok. And a huge part of my role was to help the games industry stakeholders succeed on the TikTok platform. Most people might not know, but TikTok is the number one platform for the Gen Zs.
True,
and
I agree.
We have a very large gaming audience there, and we have a lot of people consuming content there. So for gaming stakeholders, that's from gamers to gaming content creators to gaming publishers or even game developers, TikTok is that platform right now. That's why Gen Zs are searching for information. Nobody's going to Google search anymore.
Nobody's going to TV even.
You get. So TikTok is that platform for you to connect with your target audience. And so my job at TikTok was to help the stakeholders succeed on the platform.
Yeah, but how would you describe that experience?
Wonderful, amazing. Yeah, I did a lot of things from managing talent to managing corporate organizations. It was life-changing.
But let's delve into Africa Comicade. First of all, I love the name. So, and you are the founder of this beautiful initiative. So I want you to take me through the name. How did you come about the name? I think you're passionate about Africa, if I'm correct. Yes. You know, you're a very huge fan when it comes to Africa. I hope you are like that for the food too as well. What's your best African food?
Okay, afang.
Afang. Oh, okay. Mine is amala.
Okay.
All right, so let's talk about the name. How did you come up with the name?
Yeah, so it's a combination of three things. When we started Africa Comicade, it came up with the idea of creating a platform for stakeholders across the continent to come together. So that's where the word Africa comes in.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
And then so it's Africa, it's comic, then arcade.
Okay.
And arcade is, in those days, arcades are like places where you go to and you see various games or various activities for you to play, connect with. So we were building that platform for every stakeholder in the industry to come together in one place. That's the arcade. And the stakeholders we're pulling together are from Africa. That's the Africa. And then comic, it's fun. It's a fun, creative industry. The comics industry is there, digital art, animation. So we merged that together. That's Africa Comicade.
Amazing. But just listening to you, I can imagine how challenging it has been like for you over the years. But before we even come to the fact that do people really appreciate what you do, I want to know, did you get to a point where you felt like I've made a wrong decision, I want to stop? Like the most challenging part that you laid on your bed and like, I don't want to do this anymore?
Many points.
Okay.
It was like checkpoints.
I can imagine.
Yeah, because like I was saying, it's a very niche industry. Not a lot of people know about it. Not a lot of people understand it. And then it's in the creative industry as well. When you look at tech, for example, tech is seen as something difficult. People are trying to get used, but we know fintech is at the forefront because the path for making money is very clear. But then when you look at the creative industry, our investors and stakeholders are towards creative. And the chances of success, it's high risk, high reward. And then now a niche industry that doesn't really exist. Yeah. So over the years, we've had game studios, but they've been scattered all across. But now we are seeing how to consolidate efforts, bring everybody together. And it's difficult because you're trying to explain to the game developers that this is a business, so you need to level up. And then everybody you're having to discuss with outside the industry, you have to educate them. And when it comes to support,
But you said something and it goes to me as well. I'll pick up my phone, I'm playing a game, and I don't think for 1 second who created this game.
Yes.
And I feel bad because that is bad of me because we see some really fantastic games. So if I should ask you, how does that make you feel? Because then it looks like you are not really getting the accolades you're supposed to get.
Well, to start with, I think for our sector, accolades aside, we are more of making the revenue, making the money. That is one thing. But then there is the gaming audience, and that is the biggest opportunity out there for everyone and for this new world. There is now people who are really passionate about the sectors. They are called gamers. And the youths and teenagers and Gen Zs, they are called the gaming audience. And these people follow up. There are gaming events out there in the world. That was what was missing. That was what I looked around. I was like, okay, instead of keeping on building games, how about I focus on the business side? I build that ecosystem so I can raise more awareness and create that platform for people to actually grow and discover what is happening in the sector. Because we had studios doing amazing stuff. Nobody knew about it. Just recently, I was at AFRIF. That's the movie industry. And because there's that active ecosystem, people know the actors. There are even awards for short films. There are awards for best cinematography or something like that. All of that is also in the games industry. But because no one knows, no one is paying attention. So it's a work in progress, and it's changing.
It's changing. But do you think there are enough gaming shows in, I don't want to say Africa, I want to say Nigeria, because I know of Vijay Adams does really well with gaming, but do you think that there are enough?
No, I don't think there are enough. And I think to even start off with, the idea of gaming needs to also be broken down. On the government side, they see gaming as gambling. And then you're speaking to them and the first thing you're looking at is get a license. And we're like, no,
Imagine.
gambling is not gaming.
Gaming.
And when you look at parents regular homes, there's this cultural perception of games are bad for you, they rot your
But
brain.
some games, let's not lie.
Yeah.
Can we agree together that some games are not so healthy for some particular age range?
Definitely. And then there are structures put in place, just as in music and movie as well. Not every music should be played to everybody.
Sure.
Yeah.
I
So
agree.
the problem we have is we don't have those structures in place. I mean, there are ratings on films, but if you go around, you still see films being sold on the street. So it's that structure that is lacking, and we need to put that, because games also have the good sides, the benefits, and those are the little things we are really, really working on projecting.
But let's also talk about trends. We're in 2024. The world is evolving. Everything is changing. I'll ask you that, where do you see the Africa gaming sector, and not just Africa, Nigeria, because we're in Nigeria. So I'm limited to Nigeria. Where do you see the gaming sector in years to come?
Well, I see it growing. Nigeria is uniquely positioned for success if we can figure things out. Like, if we can figure ourselves out.
If not when? You say if not when.
Maybe when we figure things out. And why is that? So, all across Africa, Nigeria's market is really unique. I started Africa Comicade whilst I was in Ghana. So I'm
Ghanaian, right?
No.
Amazing. So, what Ghanaian word did you pick?
Omuntichwe.
Okay, let's go.
Wow, that's interesting. Yeah. So I started in Ghana, and the thing there was the culture, the vibe. Nigeria has it.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, there's creativity all across Africa, but Nigeria has that vibe.
Yeah.
When there's an opportunity, youths come out.
True.
They take it and they move fast with that idea. So that's the first thing. We have that vibe to make things happen. The next thing is we have the population, right? And we have one of the youngest population across the world, across Africa. And across Africa, the population is projected to double by 50% in 2050. That is the market. That is the gaming audience of the future. So, but what we need to really focus on now is build those infrastructures, those platforms, set up those systems so that we are not consumers. We can have more and more creators from within the continent, be it within Nigeria or outside. Else, we'll continue to be consumers. You look at Hollywood, Nollywood. I mean, there's been a lot of improvement with Netflix, what it's doing in our movie industry. So we can do that for the games industry. Because why is it so important? The games industry, the global games industry, not the Nigerian Africa one, the global games industry is bigger than the music and movie industry combined together.
Okay.
So that is the market we are missing out on. People play games. Everybody is a gamer. People say, oh, no, I don't play games. No, everyone plays games. You might play tabletop games. Our parents grew up playing checkers, draft, bah. We played Ludo. We played what? We played everything. Different games. Even chess. And now there are the digital versions of these games coming out.
Yeah.
And you're not going to ask the Gen Zs or Gen Alpha to go and play chess.
They
Most of them are doing it because they are playing with someone in Russia, in Ukraine, out there. It allows them connect. So there's games, there's board games, there's video games, there's VR games coming up right now. There are many formats that games exist, and we are all a gamer in one form or the other. So we need to really tap into this market.
And you said something that I really love. There's something about Nigeria. I think it's the spirit of Nigeria. When you're here, and that's why I'm here in the first place. When you're here, there's something.
The hustle is real.
You will hustle. Like you can't be here and not hustle. And the funny thing is that I tell you, if you live in Nigeria, I'm very sorry to my mom. There's no way you can tell me to live in Ghana again. It's not possible.
Yeah.
My mom is always like, it's like they've sold you to that country. I'm like, oh well. So it's just beautiful. That's the aspect about Nigeria that I really love. But we're speaking about technology. There's AI now. There's so many things. What do you think, or how can we incorporate more technology to make these games amazing? Because there's something you said that really resonates with me. Before we play these games, I think there's Ludo now. You can actually play Ludo.
Yes, there's Ludo.
And it's just beautiful. You can play with people from all around the world. But what are some of the peculiar technologies you think that we can incorporate, to make it really better?
Yeah, well, I think, to be very candid, I think the games industry is at the forefront of using technology. So before AI came mainstream to the regular consumers, the games industry was using AI. One of the biggest startups currently, NVIDIA, is an active contributor to the games industry because, if you even want to go into game development or if you want to play games, you don't use the regular laptops. There's what they call gaming PCs, which perform better and are more expensive. That company, the bulk of its technology, it's to drive the games industry, is to drive artificial intelligence, blockchain. So the games industry rests on the same line as artificial intelligence, blockchain. It's that kind of deep tech. It's advanced technology, and we're at the forefront. And what is much more exciting now is technologies in the games industry are now being used by other sectors. If you look at in movie industry, for example, before they use like green screen, blue screen for them to, do those backgrounds where you're in a room and something else is showing. But now they're using game industry, game engines like Unreal Engine, like Unity, to do real-time rendering, change the environment, do visualizations, car simulations. Games stakeholders are working in the healthcare sector, in simulations, architecture. So the games industry is really that big industry. The problem is the way our society is. We're more of a consumer market. And we're doing very little experimentation. But once we go in, we'll come to see that it's all connected.
It's all connected. I don't know if we've mentioned this, but if you have a child, I don't know if you have children already, and he wakes up or she wakes up and says, Daddy, I want to be a gamer, would you let her do it or let him do it in terms of it being lucrative? Are you making enough money to sustain family, the lifestyle?
Yes.
Is it lucrative enough?
Well, it's becoming more and more lucrative. And one thing I can really assure you is, because of the potential it has. It's a big market. I'm not kidding. So if the child wants to be, I'm working on the development side. So I work with people that build games. Yeah, so the people on the playing side, those are gamers, those are esport athletes. The market is growing for them as well. I mean, the recent esport World Cup had a cash prize, a pool of about $60 million.
I think my child is
So now Africa is playing catch up as usual. But what we are looking at now is with those kind of global competitions being put in place. So what we are saying is just as, because even the Olympics just agreed for esports to be a part of that. So that means when they're playing the Olympics, when football or swimming is going on, people will be going to compete on games, Mortal Kombat, EAFC. And that can be a viable career path. But it's growing. So I'm not going to say if it's right now, I would say balance it, right? We are in Africa. We are not in the West where you can just jump in on it. You put one leg in and you ensure that there's something supporting you.
Amazing. Beautiful. This has been a fantastic conversation, but I cannot even let you go because we have a lot. There's still games and still all of that. But let's talk about, your organization, Africa Comicade. What do you think is the future of it? In some years to come, where should we see it? Where should we envision it to be?
Yes. So we uniquely position ourselves to be the launch pad for stakeholders in the sector. So anyone looking to start a career in the industry, Africa Comicade is that place where you go to get your skills or even go to find information and gain clarity. So we're looking at a digital skills empowerment program. We do that through our Spark Fellowship program. We're looking at counseling. We're looking at getting jobs or internship or even data about the industry. We are that place. If you also want to connect cross-border across Africa, outside the continent, we have that ability and those resources right now to put you in touch. Beyond that, we also know that an industry only exists where the stakeholders, where there's business ongoing. An industry has to generate money. So it's not just about trainings and all. So we have a program called the ARC Fellowship. What we do there is we're teaching the game studio founders. So those who want to build their own original IP or do this as a business, not just as an employee or so. We're empowering them with entrepreneurial skills so that they can learn how to convert this passion into a sustainable business. And with that, between last year and this year, about 7 studios in that program were able to raise about $200,000. And the more studios we have, the more job opportunities will be available. Amazing. So what we're looking at in the next future is there's a lot actually planned.
The brain is jamming because it's a whole lot. But I'm curious to know, how long does it take to build a game quickly?
It depends on the game.
But anyway, do you like games? Talking about games?
I love games, but I love the money the games industry makes.
Okay, because we're about to play some games, but we're going to go on a quick break. And when we come back, this is MTN Career Series. I still have Oscar right here with me. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back. It's still MTN Career Series, and I'm with Oscar. It's time for games, and he's a game person. So I'm really hoping, chop knuckle first. I'm really hoping you don't fail any, because that's going to be very sad.
I'm scared.
So we're going to do the mogul monikers, and let me give you how we're going to do it. So I'm going to give you hints, and then you tell me whether it's a person or a brand whatsoever. So we have from number 1 to number 72.
Yo.
I can only wish you the very best. All I can do is to wish you the very best. Okay, so let's go. From 1 to 72, which number?
70.
Oh, okay. You want to show levels, Abby? Let's go. You're sure number 70?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's have it.
This is so difficult. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Known for changing digital content in Nigeria, this media entrepreneur built a successful blog that became an influential news source. Who is she?
That's
It's a very popular.
Linda Ikeji.
You're close.
Hey.
Just sounded like a Ghanaian. Charlie is hot.
But why?
Okay, let me help you with this one.
Okay.
It's Uche Pedro, Bella Niger.
Whoa, I was there.
Okay, so another number.
21.
21.
Yes. I want you flipping the pages.
Okay, this one. Okay, you sure you want to go for 21?
Okay, yeah.
So this Nigerian entrepreneur built a successful logistics company that helps trade across Africa. He is also an author.
Skip.
It's easy. His first name is Aki.
Why is not booted right now? Aki Alabi.
Okay, high five. You did it. Let's go. All right, your last number. So pick another number.
7.
Number 7. Do you like music?
Little.
Okay. Do you want to pick another number?
3.
Number 3. Okay, number 3. This should be easy. She's a Nigerian oil magnate. She was once the richest woman in the energy industry.
Alakija.
Okay. I like that. So we have the house, we have the key, and then we have the agent.
House key agent.
Yeah, so who are the people that normally house key agents? Who are they? Easy. You meet them every day.
House key agent.
Yeah, they are very easy. When you're looking for a house, you go and look for them.
Agent now. House agent. House agent,
the
right?
proper name is the proper name.
Realtors.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
But we call them house agent.
No, we are not doing Nigerian stuff here. We are abroad. We are doing abroad things.
Okay.
Okay, so this one we have the flower, we have the decor, and we have the planner. So the flower.
Event decorator.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And for the last one for this, we have the
e-commerce.
Wait, is it correct? Is the way you said it faster. So we have the cart, we have the laptop, and we have ATM card. What are you doing? So I have
shopping.
Yes, but shopping where?
Online.
Okay, that was good. That was good for a gamer. That was good. But we're not done yet. We still have our acronyms, but we'll do this after the quick break. Don't go anywhere. Stay with us. The fun times you only get on MTN Career Series. I've been having a fantastic time with Oscar here, but it's time for the acronyms in 30. Are you ready? In 30 seconds.
Okay.
So these are not just the normal Gen Z acronyms. These are your B2Bs, your business, and tech. Those are the acronyms. Okay. You ready to go?
Yes.
Okay. So B2B, B2C,
business to consumer,
KPI,
key performance indicator,
ROI,
return on investment,
AI,
artificial intelligence,
VR,
virtual reality. I didn't know we had started.
Okay, I like. It's been fantastic having you on the show, but I'll be very, very greedy to let you go without just giving some encouragement to people that want to do what you're doing. And I know that a lot of people look up to you as well. So, just motivate your fans.
Okay then. Okay, yeah. So basically, what I can really tell anyone is, if you're doing something that you really believe in, keep at it. Every good thing takes time, and you don't need to rush. Set your own clock, set your journey, set your path, and focus helps. Also, like the African adage says, if you want to go far, if you want to go quick, go alone. If you want to go far, go with people. So have your tribe, have your community. You can't do this alone, trust me. Especially if it's entrepreneurship or doing something that has not been done before. You will fall many times, but fail fast, fail forward. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Oscar. We wish you all the very best. We will definitely support any way we can in anything you're doing. Thank you for making Africa proud. It's been a fantastic conversation on MTN Career Series, but not to worry. Next week, we're back with another banging and smashing episode. My name is Ria Abdul, and have a yellow, beautiful day.